Hey everyone, I want to share some safety tips that I've learned over the years in my experience of using Grindr. I need to stress that these are it's not 100% guarantee that nothing bad will happen to you. These are simply, what I would call, risk management. So bear that in mind. I can't give you a 100% guarantee that anything bad will not happen to you. But anyway, with that in mind, let's go through the tips that I've learned. The first one and the most one that I would recommend is get a second phone. The reason for this is that when you're on Grindr, if you want to give people your number, you don't want to be in a situation where you end up having to change it because some weirdo won't leave you alone. This second phone, you can think of it as like what people would call a burner phone. You can get rid of that number or toss it knowing full well that it's not going to impact on any of the other things that are tied to that number, and you can change it however often you want. The second tip I would recommend to people is always meet in a public space, especially when you first start using Grindr. So for the first year or so, I would recommend you only meet people in a public space first. As you get more experience, you can, start maybe experimenting with just going straight to a guy's house once your intuition is developed and you can suss out the good from the bad sort of people. But I'd strongly recommend initially, especially in the beginning, only meeting up in a public place first. The third point that I recommend, and one that I consider very key, is what I call having a hoe buddy. Basically, this is someone that you can trust and you can confide in about where you're going, and that they know your whereabouts if something goes wrong. So the important thing with this as well is that this is a person that you're telling the truth about the reasons why you're going to a person's house. So you don't want it to be a situation where you're lying and saying you're going to a movie when in actual fact you're going to go to someone's house and have sex. So you don't have to give them all the juicy details, but they should at least know the true reason for you going to the person's house. The second sub-point attached to this is that give a specific time for that person that they should hear from you. So you can say this person, I'm going to this person's house at 2000 hours. By 2100 hours, you should hear back from me. If not, you must assume that something's gone wrong. And then the sort of information you should be giving to this hoe buddy is like GPS coordinates, or the address of where you're going, screenshots of the profile of the person, the phone number, and if you can get their name. Those are the most important things that I would stress out of all of this. And the last point, don't let don't drink any beverages or eat any food that you haven't seen being prepared. So in other words, if you go to someone's house, I don't care even if it's water, you do not drink it unless you've seen it come out the tap yourself and you've seen the glass that has been poured into, because most of these sedatives, they're very powerful and they're odorless and tasteless. So really bear that in mind. It's very quick for someone to slip that in your drink and you'll be none the wiser. So that is really the Grindr tips that I want to share. I hope you found it informative. I hope you find it interesting. Leave comments below on how you think I could improve it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. So bye bye.